The first thing that probably comes to your mind is Kai Cenat and Isho Speed.
Come here! Come here!
I mean, you've seen the thumbnail, you've clicked the video, and you're probably wondering, wait, do they actually hate each other? Let's get this straight. Kai and Speed have an insanely chaotic friendship. 1 second, they're screaming at each other like an old married couple, and the next, they're laughing like they just pulled off a heist together. But here's the thing, even in tight friendships, there's always a little bit of ego competition and unspoken beef brewing. Think about it. Both of these guys are at the top of the streaming game. They pull millions of views. They dominate Twitch. Well, Kai does. Speed's busy dodging bans on YouTube, and they have fan bases that treat them like gods. But let's not pretend there haven't been moments where it looked like their bromance was hanging by a thread. You remember that infamous FIFA stream where Speed got salty as hell? Dude was actually about to rip his monitor in half after Kai kept clowning him for missing shots. The energy wasn't just friendly rage, it was that I'm low-key mad but I can't say anything on stream type of tension. And when Speed lost, he damn near unplugged his whole setup and rage quit like a toddler losing in Mario Kart.
Hold the fuck up, bitch! I'm a real you will see crazy. Hey.
Fans are constantly comparing them, asking who's the real king of streaming. That kind of pressure, it can mess with anyone's head. Even if they're laughing about it on camera, you know behind the scenes, they're thinking, all right, I gotta outdo this guy. And if there's one thing YouTube loves, it's a good rivalry, whether it's real or completely made up for clicks. Because while Kai and Speed might just have a competitive bromance, there are some YouTubers who legitimately hate each other's guts.
He's getting flatlined! He's getting destroyed!
We're putting you in timeout. Get out of here.
We all saw the KSI versus Logan Paul boxing saga, right? Two dudes who wanted to punch each other so bad, they turned it into a multi-million-dollar business. And after years of talking more trash than a landfill, they suddenly had this respect moment where they acted like long-lost war veterans who finally made peace. Yeah, nobody believes that. Sure, KSI and Logan have Prime together now, but you know what's even more powerful than money? Ego. You can't spend millions of dollars and just forget that you publicly roasted each other for years. You think Logan forgot about KSI clowning him for the Suicide Forest scandal? Or that KSI forgot Logan tried to humiliate him before their first fight? Or hell no. Let's not forget Jake Paul, the man KSI still wants to slap into another tax bracket. They act like they're just hyping up a fight, but these two have been taking shots at each other for years. KSI still calls Jake a fraud. Jake says KSI is, dodging him, and if they're ever in the same room, I guarantee the energy would be tense as hell now. Let's talk about Mr. Beast, the nicest guy on YouTube, the golden child of the algorithm.
This drop is literally as tall as a skyscraper. I am regretting this, I really am. No joke, so many people.
The man who could literally cure blindness, and somehow there's still a secret cult of YouTubers who can't stand him. Here's the thing, nobody will say it outright because Mr. Beast is untouchable. He's like the final boss of YouTube. You call him out and suddenly you're the villain. But that doesn't mean every creator loves him. In fact, you can almost feel the resentment from some YouTubers who have been grinding for years, only to watch Mr. Beast pull 100 million views by giving away a golden toilet. Some smaller creators have tried to call him out, saying he's ruining YouTube by making content all about money, but let's be real. Here, most of the hate is just jealousy. If any of these guys had the chance to trade places with him, they'd be launching people to the moon for content too, but now it's time to turn up the heat. Because some of these creators aren't just pretending to get along, they're actively trying to sabotage each other. Talk about Speed and Kai Cenat. They're constantly hyped up as best friends, always on stream together, reacting to wild clips, hyping each other up. But let's be real, there's some serious unspoken competition here. Both of them dominate streaming, both have cult-like fan bases, and both are constantly pushing for the #1 spot. But that's where the tension starts, because in reality, they're competing for the same audience. There have been multiple moments where they've subtly taken jabs at each other. Speed throwing shade at Kai's stream numbers and making offhand comments about being the bigger creator. Kai getting annoyed when people compare him to Speed or call him the new version of him. Them flexing their success, sponsorships, and collabs almost like they're trying to outshine each other. They'll never admit it because publicly they're brothers, but behind behind the scenes, this is a heavyweight title fight for the king of streaming. Now let's go back to one of the most awkward streamer beefs in history. Pokimane and Ninja used to be cool. They weren't besties or anything, but they were both at the top of Twitch and showed each other love until it all fell apart. It all started when Pokimane got into drama with Gideon, a troll streamer who sent his fan base to spam her chat with hate. And when Pokimane found out that Ninja was privately helping Gideon behind the scenes, that's when the gloves came off. She called out Ninja publicly. And instead of taking accountability, he got defensive. His wife even tried to threaten Pokey with legal action. Over what? A tweet? After that, Pokimane and Ninja never spoke again. They unfollowed each other, avoided interacting, and basically erased each other from existence. And while they'll never openly talk about it, you can bet there's still bad blood there. On the surface, KSI and Ishao Speed seem like they get along. They've collaborated, hyped each other up, and even messed around in videos. But behind the scenes, there's some serious tension. And it all started with Speed trying to be the new king of YouTube streaming. Speed blew up fast. In just 2 years, he went from a nobody to one of the biggest streamers alive. He's breaking records, dominating live streaming, and even surpassing KSI's influence in certain areas. And boom, here where the problem comes in. KSI has always been the internet entertainer, and now Speed is stepping on his turf. It didn't help when Speed called out KSI for ignoring his messages. KSI didn't invite Speed to Sidemen charity matches even though fans begged for it. They constantly one-up each other, whether it's streaming numbers, viral moments, or even who can hype up Ronaldo harder. It's not full hate, but there's definitely a competitive jealousy. KSI built YouTube Entertainment, and now Speed is becoming the face of it. And KSI doesn't like that.